Welcome to the Danger Zone. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stick flying solo on the Honestly Lazy Show this week. Just because, it's getting harder for me and Craig get together to shoot these episodes, seeing that we both are working like 10.5-hour days, and it's really hard to get together anymore to shoot. But don't worry, there will be more content coming up on the channel. There will be more episodes with me and him, but if I'm going to just be flying solo, it's going to be a totally different type of video. It'll be a side series where I might just call this series Stick's Opinion on the World. That's a long title, I know, but at the same time, it's something I kind of want to do, just find the random stuff on the internet and talk about it. Because on the BoyStick channel, you know me as, I guess, a commentator where I just kind of find a video and make fun of it. But at the same time, I don't want to just make fun of YouTube videos. I'm kind of like, want to just talk about some shit that's happening in the world. And last week, something really crazy happened in the world. So let's just get into it and break down the video that I kind of found. And then I'm going to just kind of talk about some other stuff. Like, how I'm going to do this is I'm going to talk about the video, which, if you don't know, is the girl who decided to drop her pants and throw her own crap at a Tim Hortons worker. And because I worked at a Tim Hortons, I was like, maybe I should talk about this. Because I worked there for 7 years. And my opinion on why this kind of happened not why, but like my opinion on like just how crappy it can actually be to work at Tim Hortons. And shut up, don't be like, oh, that's so funny, you said crappy. I can see people being like that and leaving comments saying shit like that. But no, this is going to be something that's just kind of crazy. So without any further ado, let's just talk about what happened. And before you ask, I'm not putting the video on this video. If you haven't seen it, go on WorldStar. It's on WorldStar. That's how my brother saw it. I saw it through a buddy on Facebook, my buddy B. Warrens, who is a hell of a cook. I want to put him on the Honestly Lazy Show and interview him. So Brandon, if you ever watch this, come on the show. We could do some really good stuff. But he sent me it because we all worked at Tim Hortons together. Me and a couple other people all worked at Tim Hortons together. And he sent me it, and how I can describe this video is looks like the girl was angry, and she I've never seen one so angry that they decide to drop their pants and just literally take a crap up against a wall. Like her ass was pressed against a wall, and she took a crap and picked it up with her bare hands and threw it at the Tim Hortons worker, grabbed some napkins, wiped her ass, and then hucked it at the Tim Hortons worker too. To me, that's just, I don't know what makes you so mad at a Tim Hortons that, you turn into a monkey and throw your crap at somebody. It's something that I've never really had to deal with at Tim Hortons, but at the same time, I've dealt with some bull crap while I worked at Tim Hortons. And this is where it's kind of ridiculous how people kind of treat Tim Hortons workers like they're nothing and they're always better than them, I guess. Because when I worked at Tim Hortons for 7 years, I had customers really talk down to me. And unfortunately for them, I didn't really listen to my bosses, where I just sat there and the customer's always right. If you were going to treat me like crap, I was going to give it right back to you. I don't care who you are. And now, I'm not saying if you work at Tim Hortons, treat the customers like crap, because I got in a lot of trouble for it, and I don't recommend just doing it. There were certain circumstances, when I was working there, where it was just like, if you say this one thing to me, I'm just going to lose my mind, and I'll just give it back to you. All right. So for this girl, I'm going to go off track. Like, if you ever listen to BoyStick stories, I go off track, but then I bring it back. But when it comes to this girl and dropping her pants, it's just like, that makes me feel like, the Tim Hortons workers are really nothing. Like, I feel like this girl really thinks that these Tim Hortons workers are really nothing, and they're garbage, or not even that they're garbage, but it's just like, they're below her. The second thing is probably she just has mental issues, and she's just kind of like, you screw up my double, I'll throw my crap at your face. And it's infuriating to watch. But I don't know if she ever got arrested for it. I hope she did. I hope they caught her, because if I was the Tim Hortons worker, that's the closest I'd probably ever be to hitting a girl. If she hucked her crap at me, it's game over, man. Level field. You huck my crap at me, I'm going to hit you in the face. Now, I probably wouldn't. Don't worry. It's like a 5% chance I'd actually hit her. I don't hit women. But with that being said, I feel like with the fast food industry, people need to really kind of, I guess, I don't even know. Stop treating the fast food industry and the people who work there like they're below them, because, like I said before, when it came to me dealing with bad customers, all you had to do was say one little thing, and yeah, you were out. I don't care. So I'll tell you one story that happened to me when I was working at Tim Hortons. It was like 5 a.m, right? I started at 5, and I was on till, and this guy comes in at 5 a.m. He's tired. I'm tired too, and he was not happy. He was just not a morning person, I take it, but he was mumbling, and I was like, sorry, what was that? And he looked at me and nodded his head. I was like, I'm sorry, what'd you say? And he was like, and he said this, and this is one of my trigger words. He's like, what, are you fucking stupid? First thing is that I don't like being called stupid by somebody who doesn't know me, just because, don't call me stupid. That word really makes me mad. So when he called me stupid, I lost my shit. To the point where my manager literally had to take me to the back, because me and him were going back and forth, and we were yelling really bad. Now, the back and forth was bad. He was saying some shit, I was saying some shit, and we were going back and forth, and I said, you know what, buddy, don't mumble to me then if you want me to understand your order. And he's like, clean the shit out of your ears. I was like, no, you need to learn how to speak. And then I got yanked into the back. And that was, I think, the first time I really argued with a customer, and I got in a lot of trouble for it. And since then there was a lot of, pretty much by the end of my Tim Hortons career, it was, if the manager isn't around and a customer's being a dick to you, get me, and I would go deal with them, because it's bullshit how you work at Tim Hortons and someone can come in and treat you like complete and utter garbage, call you everything in the book, and if you say one thing like shut up, or you know what, don't talk to me like that, and he goes to the supervisor, you're in trouble. And that's what always drove me nuts about Tim Hortons. Luckily, most of the time when I got into an argument with a customer, I just lucked out every time, because they would go to the supervisor and be like, that kid's a dick, you gotta get him fired. Even that guy who, that 5 a.m. guy I just told you about, went back in line and told every customer not to come to my till. So I looked at him, he said, what are you looking at? He wanted to, I thought you wanted to fight me. And I was like, oh, fuck off. You're not worth my time to really just deal with that type of shit. So luckily, with a lot of the customers I argued with, they would go tell the supervisor, and then other customers go up and say, no, the Tim Hortons worker, that kid was totally in the right. He deserved to argue with this guy. Don't get him in trouble. Which is the the best thing, but unfortunately that doesn't always happen. So if you were like, if no one else really went up and defended you, like customer wise, you were fucked. Like, well, I was anyways, but I had a bad rep at my Timmy's for a few reasons that I don't want to get into. But it was very frustrating to sit there and always just deal with customers talking down to me. And that's why I started, like, if you treated me like shit, I was going to treat you back. Another thing that drove me nuts about working in the fast food industry was how customers were... Now, don't get me wrong. Not every day you had a shitty customer. I had a lot of great days where customers were nice to me, you know, and, like, you know, good conversations and stuff like that. But, you know, there was the customers that would come in and felt entitled. And what I mean by that is, prime example, there was an ice storm about, I was 18, so like 3 or 4 years ago, and it knocked the power out like all around the area for 3 days. 3 days, yeah. So no one had any hydro. Like, they were literally calling people just say don't come into work because you know, there's no hydro, there's no point. But I didn't get that call, and I still had hydro in my house. My house only lost hydro for 8 hours. For some reason, my house was pretty much good. So I showed up to work at, I think, 5 in the morning, and the backup generator that we had only ran one till, one coffee maker. So we came up with, okay, if a customer comes up, they can only get one medium or two smalls. Makes sense, right? You only have one coffee maker. If you have a lineup, you're going to be out of coffee. People are going to get pissed at you. So we came up with that. And this entitled woman came to the till, and she was like, I want an extra large. And I was like, oh, wait, stop. You need to stop right there. And I was like, yeah, you can't have an extra large. We're only serving one medium or two smalls just because of the power outage. And And she was like, but I want an extra large. I just, because I remember sitting there and I like looked at her and she like said this and I just looked at her. I was like, well, you can't get an extra large. And she was like, I'm not leaving until I have my extra large coffee. And I was like, oh, you're leaving empty handed then. And that's literally what I said to her. My manager was sitting right next to me and she was just like, yeah, you're not getting your coffee. Like, you're not getting your extra large. That's just the way it's going to go. And she didn't get a coffee. She didn't even get a medium. She was just very entitled. And it's people like that just drive me nuts. And it's just like, it's not worth it. And I remember when minimum, I cannot speak. And I remember when minimum wage went up, everyone lost their shit. These people are making $14 an hour. You know, they only make fucking coffees. Well, as that video proves, you know, yeah, we make coffees, but we have the risk of getting human shit hucked at our faces. So at the same time, just screw off. You know what I mean? With the whole thing of just working in fast food, I feel like I should, like, while this video is going, give it, if you're working in fast food, I should give you a few tips. Like, one, don't, actually, no. I don't really know what else to say for this BoyStick looks at the world, if that's what I call it. I forget what I was going to call it. The thing that should happen with fast food is really just, you know, the customer shouldn't always be right. That's how I look at it. The customer should not always be right because like I said, people, because then people go in hugging shit and it's just like, oh, customer's right. It's not right. customers should, like, the thing with fast food is that customers shouldn't always be right. Like, obviously the motto of customers are always right should still be around, but I feel like when it comes to the fast food industry that the employees should be able to not just say sorry all the time. Now, look, sometimes you do say sorry. I did, believe it or not, say sorry sometimes when I screwed up orders. But at the same time, I didn't just I didn't just sit down and take the bullshit that customers were doing. And even if I was helping someone else on till, like, you gotta understand that when you go into Tim Hortons, it's usually just girls, and girls can't handle getting criticized or getting called names by a customer, which I could, and I give it right back, and I get in trouble for it. I could be defending someone, like one of my workers that I'm working with, and I get in trouble. You should have went upstairs and got me. Well, sometimes you don't have the time to go upstairs and deal and get someone else because you come down and the girl's now bawling her eyes out and the guy feels like he wins. And that was bull crap. The fact that, you cannot deal with it, let the supervisor deal with it. And even if the supervisor comes over, he has to sit there and just say sorry. And that's the type of thing in fast food where I think it's wrong. Now, at the same time, the employees can be wrong too, and there has to be a balance. But for right now, this whole thing where the customer's always right, and even if you screwed up and you just keep saying sorry, because I've done that where I've kept saying sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I'll try to do better. And they sit there and beat you down and just keep making rude comments and all this type of stuff. And to me, that is 100% wrong. And that's why I really just didn't deal with it. And I got in trouble for it. And that's where it's like, you know what? There's got to be a different type of balance. There's got to be a way for the employees to be able to stand up for themselves and not get in trouble, but there's got to be at the same time a way for there's got to be a level where if we're both, I guess, if the customer's being wrong or if the employee's being wrong, there's got to be proof, I guess. But at the same time, I got a feeling hang on. Oh, my card ran out. Oh, crap. Well, I guess I was using an image here for a little bit because my card on my camera just ran out. But yeah, there's got to be a type of balance. Fuck. Everything goes wrong while I'm shooting this show. But, yeah. Until the day they have a balance, I really hope that they figure something out. But who knows? For all I know, it'll never change and we'll all be just dealing with shit customers, whoever works in fast food. But I hope there will be one day a change. Anyways, I guess this is the end of the video since my camera ran out. But I guess, you know what? I need to do one little announcement. So I'm going to start the camera up again because I need to do some updates by the end of this video. And we are back with the visual of your boy Stick. I'm sorry about that. I forgot to check the memory card before we started filming. And turns out it was pretty much full. But yeah, I guess that there's going to be more to say about the fast food industry. I'm going to get Craig in here. And we're going to talk more about it. Because Craig worked in fast food with me. So I'd like to see his opinion. I'd even like to get Brandon Warren, who's still working in the food industry. He doesn't do fast food anymore, but he's a cook. But I want to see what his opinion is on this. But I just need to go through a few things. I might do a separate video, or I'm just going to do it in this video. Fuck it. We're honestly lazy. But don't worry, guys. The Honestly Lazy Show will be back. I've got some news. You know how I kind of moved from upstairs to down here for the Honestly Lazy studio? Well, we're about to move again because I am moving into my first place, like, by myself, no parents or anything. So The show will be back up and running in June. Like, even if it's hard to shoot with Craig, I'm just going to shoot my own, like this, like the BoyStick talks about the world, whatever the fuck I'm going to call this video. This video will happen, and I know what you're thinking. Why don't you just post it on BoyStick? Honestly Lazy Show is the uncut raw type of stuff, which is easier to edit for me. BoyStick, I will try to get back into, but unfortunately I work 10.5-hour days, and it's kind of hard to come home and shoot when you can barely keep your eyes open. But with that all being said, everything's in the description. Make sure to go check out Podbeard Network, which I am a part of. Me and Craig are a part of. Go check out the other shows. I haven't been on in a while. I haven't even been on anything. I haven't even really been on YouTube, like watching other people. Just been a hectic world, but I don't know if there will be another episode of the Honestly Lazy Show for the rest of May. I think it will start back up. I will give a date on Twitter. Make sure to go check us out on Twitter. Make sure to go check out BoyStick channel on Twitter. Make sure to just do everything. You know, we're going to get back into it. I'm sorry. I was so stoked to be doing this show. We were almost at 10 episodes, and we're going to get to fucking 10, and we're going to get to 100. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Even if I have to beat up Craig and drag him here and make him do it against his own will. Anyways, make sure to go check us on Twitter. Go check out the Honestly Lazy Facebook page. Even though there's nothing on it, I'm going to work on it. Sarah, don't worry. I got the money for the logo. Shit got crazy for me. I'm sorry for that. If you're watching this, you're probably not. So I'll just have to message you and get the logo from you. But yeah, we do got a new logo. So make sure to subscribe. If you like this video, give it a like. Honestly, for this type of a video, please leave a comment and tell me if you like it, if you want more, because this is uncut raw of me talking for 30 minutes or like 20 minutes or something like that. So I don't know if you guys want that. If you guys, let me know if you want this on SoundCloud or something like that, because I will put on SoundCloud if you want it on the Honestly Lazy thing, on the Honestly Lazy SoundCloud. I haven't been uploading there just because we're almost out. We're going to have to start paying to upload our stuff on it. But if you guys want this stuff on SoundCloud, just leave a message or DM me or anything like that. Also, if you want to be on the show, message me. You know, we'll set up, we'll figure something out. I'd love to have, I'm going to start getting guests on here in June. Probably have Hodder and Kaz from Two Guys in a Game on here. I really want the producer, oh my god, my phone just went off. Fuck. Sorry about that. I also want Brandon Bowden on the show because he actually works in the radio industry, and I'd love to talk about the radio industry with him. Probably get Garrett, the gamer from Podbeard. I'm sorry, he's going to be mad because I don't know his YouTube thing. Fuck. I want a lot of people on the show. I want my buddy Gabe on here, who is a huge movie watcher, and he does reviews on Facebook. I'm trying to get him to go on YouTube or SoundCloud or something. Just do reviews because he's so good at it. And each time he tells me to watch a movie, I have never been disappointed in the movie he tells me to watch. And the movies he doesn't, or he tells me not to watch, I watch them and they're shit. And he called it. But with that all being said, yeah, thanks for watching this episode of whatever the hell I'm going to call this. It's your boy Stick, you know, and this is the Honestly Lazy Show, and I'm signing out for y'all. I can't believe this came out of my mouth. Anyways, new episode of the Honestly Lazy Show will be out as soon as I can. All right. Take her easy, everybody.